Hello, and welcome to one of my tutorials. In this specific one, I'll be teaching you how to create something similar to this. So, without any other little interruptions, let's get started. Okay, we'll go to File, and make a new one. These are my dimensions for my screen resolution, and you can use anything you want. Click OK. Okay, now we'll unlock this layer by double clicking here, and we'll just call it background. We'll double click it to bring up the blending options, and we'll go down to gradient overlay, and we'll change the style here to radial. Now we'll click it here, and this is one of my gradient presets, but the color is just a basic golden color right here, 8D8613. So once that's down, you'll just hit OK, and we'll hit OK over here too. Now I want to move this over to the left, so you're just gonna come over here to where your canvas is. You'll click down and just move it over. So somewhere about the left, right there. That's good enough for me. That's good. That's good. Around the left area near the middle. So we'll hit OK, and now we'll just create a new layer. And what I want to get done here in this layer is to create a crown like this one right here. So we'll just create a new one. Just create a new one, same dimensions, anything you want, and we'll go down to the custom shape tool. Just click it and hold there, and come down to custom shape tool, and you go over here to objects, and you'll look for a crown like this one. So now once you come over here, once you found that crown, you're going to click there, then shift click here and just drag it out to any size you want, and there's good for me. Alright, then now you're going to want to come over here to paths, and you want to right click here and choose make selection. You're going to, any feather radius is alright, just put 0 and just hit OK. Now what that does is just outlines the whole thing, so whatever that we do to this, it'll just affect this little layer right here, this little crown. Right click, or we're gonna right click again and fill path. We're gonna use color and just use any color. I'll use a black for this one, and we'll hit OK. Now you're going to delete the path, and you're gonna come down to edit, define brush preset, and we'll just call this, we'll call this one crown. My spelling sucks, by the way. Alright then, I'm going to come over here, and we're going to come up to our brushes, and we'll look for the crown, which will be all the way down here, by the way. We'll click that, and see, there you have the size. That's the default one. And we'll just increase the size up a bit to about a bit less. Right there, 569, and we'll hit it right in the center of where the gradient is, and we'll just click down, and we'll come back to layers, and now you're going to double click here to bring up the blending options again, and you're going to come down outer glow, check that, and then you're going to change this color here. Actually, first of all, change the blend mode to hard light, and we'll bring the opacity up to 100%. And we'll change this color here to a sort of greenish. D. Sorry about that. And this will bring us a somewhat dark green. And there's the color code, color number, and you just hit OK. We're gonna change the elements now. We're gonna leave it at softer. The spread will be at 8, and the size will be at 32. That way it gives like a nice little aura around the crown. And we'll go to inner glow. Again, hard light, 100% opacity, and we'll change it this time to somewhat lighter green. There you go, see? There's the basic inner glow. But we're going to change it so that way the elements are going more into the crown. So we'll leave it there as softer. Source edge. The choke is going to be a 10, and the size will be a 35. So that way you get this basic inner glow that's facing more towards the center. Right, now on to the color overlay. Alright, that's not what we want. We want a green again. So we'll just X out of that and type in this color, which gives us a more darker green. Color number, here it is again, and we'll hit OK. Now we want to add a stroke around it, so that way the type of edge of the crown is more visible. So we'll just come down, check stroke, and leave it as it is. So then we'll hit OK. Now we're going to add a new layer, a new text layer. So just grab your text tool and just type something in there. And we'll choose a little font that I found on thefont.com called Hawaii Lover. And we'll just click that, and we'll leave the size at about 150. Now you can type down anything you want, in this case, profile name. There it is, somewhat visible. Double click here to bring up the blending options and to change the name at the same time. And we'll come down to outer glow, and we'll leave screen, the opacity at 75, spread the size at 5, and seeing a soft, everything will be at default. Now I'm going to come down here, we're going to leave everything again at default. Now I'm going to come down and add a bevel and emboss. The bevel will be inner bevel, technique smooth, but the depth will be 164%, and the sizes will be 54. And direction will be up. Alright then. So once that's done, we just add a color overlay. Everything will be at normal, and we'll change this color to a more golden. So we're going to add that bit of a golden color there. So we'll hit OK. Now we'll leave everything there as it is right there. Oh, spelled my channel name wrong. Once again, I have very bad spelling sometimes. An extra D, and I'll just move it down here a bit. Again, you can use the move tool and just bring it down a bit faster. Right, there. Okay, now we're going to add a new layer, and we're going to go over to our brush tool, and we're going to go all the way down to this very small, very hard brush. Number 1. Very first, you can't miss it. So we'll hit that. Let's get out of this first, and we'll come over here to this little box, and we're going to click on that, and that'll bring up to where we can scatter it and say just sort of make a new brush out of just one little one. So we'll come over here, we'll scatter all the way to 1000, and the count, we'll put it up to just about 1. The count jitter, however, put about 30%. Now we're going to come over down to the dual brush, and this will make it a bit more spaced out. So go to diameter, we'll put it down to, let's leave it at 1%, spacing at 458%, scatter at about 848%, and a count at 4. So we'll click this, and we'll just change, and we'll just spray random little things. Oh, by the way, press X here, or you could just press it here, and that'll change your background color. So then again, so that way it's white. Now we're just gonna want to make a few little type of brush facing out like that, kind of a wavy little thing. Just put your brush, just click, and then just make little brush sounds. And we'll keep doing that for a little bit more.